I'm Aggy. Hey. Help me out over here. Okay. What makes me me? My confidence, my positive attitude. I don't think that's also my problem though. But even my faults make me. So even people be like, oh, you don't think enough. You just always do. That's a fault, but that makes me. I fuck up so much. I fuck up like almost everything I do. But I fuck up until I get it right. So even relationship wise, either you with me or you're not, I'm gonna fuck up. I can promise you I'm gonna fuck up. But I mean, you stick with it or not. If not, I'm gonna be alone. Very independent. I don't like to rely on people. If I need help, I will ask for it. I'm not gonna just sit there and be a bum neither. So if I need the help, I'll ask for it, but I'd rather not. I don't know. I just like I like being comfortable. I could wear some sweatpants and shit. As long as my makeup is okay, it's cute and shit like that, then I'm pretty confident. I don't like going out the house without makeup anymore. Like, cause now people be like, oh, you Aggy? And I don't want them to be like, oh, you Aggy? Like, So I try to look cute, but at the same time, I make sure I'm comfortable at all times. Like, I could just throw on a shirt. I love sweatpants. So yeah, I don't really get to see it in my videos and shit like that, but I love wearing snapbacks. I don't know. I just like being comfortable. I don't like wearing shit that hurts. You know, tight dresses you can't even fucking breathe in and shit like that. I don't know, maybe I'll get to that stage and shit, but I mean, no, not right now. Right now I'm chilling. Why aren't I like girly and shit like that? What hasn't hit my girly side? I've always been a believer, like, to take my time with age. Like, there's too many girls that are like 16 years old wearing heels and wearing dresses and shit like that, putting on lipstick. Like, chill out. You're gonna get to that stage. You're gonna get there, God willing and shit. So I'm not rushing it. I'm only 21 years old. I don't gotta be with the heels and the dresses and looking all professional all the time. I'm gonna chill. Cause it's gonna get to a point where I can't rock my Timbs all the fucking time. I can't rock my Jordans and shit like that. Can't rock snapbacks. My mom be like 40 years old, rocking some fucking snapbacks. Nah. So I'm just taking my time with it right now. Boredom and just, I wanted to speak my mind, and I didn't really have anybody to talk to, so it was really just Instagram while I was in the army. So I'll just make videos. I thought it was dope. I always had a thing for pictures and for videos because it's like the only way you could time travel. You know, like you can't go back in time, but I could look at pictures when I was a baby and be like, oh shit, that's bringing me back to time. So I like that shit a lot. I made everybody questions like, how did you make it? How did you become Instagram famous? Everybody wants to know the fucking secret because it's just little old Aggy who just came out of fucking nowhere. It's like, who the fuck is this girl? What does she do? I'm just myself. I don't do a specific thing. I don't really sit there and say I do comedy neither because not everything is funny. But I'm just myself all the time. I try to keep it as real as possible. I was really scared going in because I read a lot on Google about women getting raped, getting beaten, all that shit. But when I got in there, it's nothing like that. It was just more like I would be the only girl in the cafeteria eating with all the other soldiers, with like 200 soldiers. Women are working there, but nobody's really eating there. And I was like the only one, I mean like legit, the only one, and it'll be all eyes on me. I mean, I'm here walking with my tray and everybody's just like, they stop to look. It's uncomfortable at first. Then I would never even look at anybody else. Okay. I learned how to be like so independent. Like that's like a huge thing for me. Like I had situations where you're in there, you put your boots on, you're like walking mad miles, and the boots just start like ripping your heels apart. You start bleeding. Once I started bleeding, I started crying. I was like, yo, this shit's hurt. We're walking with like 90 pounds on your back, you know, just walking miles and miles. And I was like, what the fuck? And I told my drill sergeant, I was like, drill sergeant, I'm bleeding. And he sees like I'm crying and shit. And he looked at me in the face and I was like, you really think I give a fuck? And that shit, like, that's when it hit me. Like, he's like, nobody gives a fuck about you over here, you know? Like, if anybody gave a fuck about you, you wouldn't even be here. Like, your mom's not here, your dad's not here. Nobody's here. Like, nobody gives a fuck about you. So stop crying and wasting your time. That's when I realized, like, that nobody is really gonna give a fuck about you, and it's only me. That's how I learned to be independent. Like, number one, I don't really cry anymore. Crying isn't gonna solve anything. That's what I learned by that. Pain, just ignore it. I learned, like, they used to always teach us, pain is weakness leaving the body. So when I'm in pain, I just use it as a strength, really. Yeah, it was a dope experience for boot camp. I love boot camp once again. You learn a lot. It was like playing Call of Duty in real life and shit. That's about it though. They really teaches you independence. And the most embarrassing thing that happened to me? Damn, alright, in boot camp. So I hate spiders, like I fucking hate spiders. And they found out, like, and you're in boot camp, you gotta be tough, you know. This isn't fucking summer camp and shit. You gotta be mad tough. And I really hate spiders. I can't stress them enough. So we was at the range, like, shooting and shit like that. And once we're done shooting, we go to sleep. And I'm like, wait, we gotta sleep like on the floor and shit. They was like, yeah, get on the ground. I'm like, oh, whoa. Like, there's spiders and shit. There was mad leaves. It's in the woods. There's like mad leaves or whatever. So I'm like, I kicked it and I see mad spiders just go, boom. Yo, I shit my pants. Not literally, I ain't shit my pants, but like I started crying. I was like, no. And everybody got on the ground. And you just see me just standing there like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And I'm holding my M16 and shit. I'm like, no, please. I was like, yo, don't make me do this. I wanna go home. I started crying, flipping out, everything. And everybody's just there laughing, like, yo, for some spiders, you know, you in the army. And that was the most embarrassing. That was the worst. And I was crying, and then they called everybody else, like all the heads, drill sergeants. They was like, what the fuck, are you fucking crying for? I'm from Jersey. You know, we don't see spiders everywhere. Like, this is the woods. Like, I was really embarrassed. That was the most embarrassing. That, and then I, like, peed my pants when I was, like, 5, and my mom, like, showed everybody in the store. Like, embarrassing, yeah. So those two. Best and worst job. My worst job was probably ShopRite. That was like when I was 16, on my first job. And I would go to sleep and I would hear like beep, beep, beep. I hated that shit. My best job was definitely in the army. So I learned a lot. Like, that shit was dope as fuck. Oh man, I had a horrible childhood, to be honest. I mean, my dad's gonna see this and be like, oh, you're a fucking liar, but he never admits the truth. My parents were like really bad alcoholics. So we didn't have like a normal Christmas. There was no normal Thanksgiving, normal holidays, period. It was always my mom getting drunk, cops end up coming. So it was really hard. Like, I needed my parents. I used to be so attached to my parents. I used to want my parents so bad. And they would just like, my dad was always working and my mom was always just getting drunk. And I was really attached to my mom. So everybody asks, like, oh, why don't you drink? I don't drink because growing up, my parents would always drink, and it fucked up everything. Everything that I wanted to do would always get fucked up by them drinking. I used to get picked on when I was smaller. They would like be like, oh, you stink, and and I was really little. Like, oh, you stink, you smell like cigarettes, you smell like alcohol. And it'll be my mom like spilling her alcohol on me, and she would like smoke in the house and shit like that. And I'm a little girl, I don't know how to wash my own clothes. So if she didn't feel like washing my clothes, I'm wearing dirty clothes. So I'm going to school like that. People would always pick on me. And I mean, I couldn't do nothing about it. So it tortured me, and it really scarred me for life. Like, I don't even like holding it could be like soda in a glass, like bottle that looks like a beer bottle, and I just don't want to fuck with it. I don't want to touch it. It just disgusts me. Now I'm okay with other people drinking around me. At first I was like, yo, if you drinking, I don't even want to be around you. Now I accept it. If you want to drink, you drink, whatever, do you. But I would never take a sip of alcohol, ever. I never did, I never will. People always said, oh, well, when you get in the army, you're gonna be drinking and smoking and this and that. That shit ain't never happened. They said when you turn 21 years old, you're gonna end up drinking and smoking and this and that. That shit ain't never happened. I never took a sip of alcohol, I never will. I just don't need it. You know, I'm good, I like being sober. I have smoked weed and I have done ecstasy. I'll be honest about that shit. I loved ecstasy. My dad's gonna see this shit, sorry dad. Now you know, but yeah, so I loved it. I don't advise anybody to do it because I became so addicted to it. I loved it so much that I was just like, oh, I always wanted to be on ecstasy. But that's not me. That's me on drugs. I ain't like that. I like who I am. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to know what I'm saying at all times. I want to be me at all times. That's just how I just grew up. Now I want to be me at all fucking times. Just like a lot of people always praise me for my attitude. I have a positive attitude. I'm very confident. But people need to remember that it's only 15 seconds that you're looking at, and it's 15 seconds that I'm choosing. You know, so I don't sit there and I'm not the type to go ahead and show you my weaknesses. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about my weaknesses. Like 2 weeks ago, my uncle passed away. I'm not over here posting shit up about I don't like people who post sad things. I mean, Instagram is about entertainment and shit like that to me. My page is about entertainment. It's not about sad shit. If I post, oh, my uncle passed away, all I'm gonna get is, oh my God, I'm sorry, this, and that, about people who don't even know me. So for all I know, it's all fakeness, and I don't need a pity or nothing like that. So I don't show my weakness in my Instagram. I don't show my downfalls. I don't show when I'm upset, but don't let it, fool you. I do get upset. I'm not always, so cheery and, bandana and all that gangster shit. I have a heart too. I go through relationship type of shit. I'm sad a lot too, just like anybody else. So yeah, just know that like I'm just like everybody else. I want people to know that. If you want to go in the army, it's all about mind. It's not about physical. You take a physical test, but it's easy. It's push-ups and sit-ups. That's not what fucking counts. It's all about your mind. They will fucking break you down. I promise you, they're gonna break you down, but it will build you up to a certain way that they want you to be. And the army did make me. The army did make Aggy. I am independent because of the army, because they didn't give a fuck about me. If they gave a fuck about my boo-boo, I would be over here crying about every little thing. Nobody give a fuck about me. So when I was sleeping in the woods, pouring rain to my face, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, just the other day I was home in bed. Right now I'm sleeping like a fucking animal. And at the end of the day, I'm still here. I'm alive, I'm better than ever right now. So it helped make me. I didn't sit there and be like, oh my God, I want to go home and da da da. I'm not eating real food. I didn't complain. I just sucked it up and look at me now. That's really what I want to say. Is like, if it don't kill you, it's only gonna make you stronger. As cliche as that sounds, it's the truth. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. I was always alone, and being alone was like the scariest thing for me. Like as a kid, I never wanted to be alone. I wanted to have the most friends. I wanted to be the most popular girl. I wanted to be really family orientated. Even though my family is very small, I still wanted to be like, I wanted to have a family. And my family's just like, it's probably like a handful of people who are in my family. And just trying to be cool and popular all the time in high school led me nowhere. It would always lead me to being alone. I would always get fucked over by people. So I just realized like I'm better off alone. Even towards the army, you're alone. Even with a relationship, if you fuck up a relationship, you end up alone. So that's kind of who I am. Aggy is a very like strong, independent person, as well as Abigail though. Like it's all together. Aggy's just a nickname. At the end of the day, that's still me. I'm not acting. I'm just acting, I guess. Like I'm showing you acting, but it's really me. I'm just showing you a part of me. I gotta act in order to show you. So it would just be being alone all the time. And now I'm okay with it. Be yourself, like no matter what. I don't like people who try to act like something that they're not because they think that everybody else is gonna dig that. Be respectful, be humble, be yourself at all times, really. That's how you're gonna get respect, is by being yourself. Don't just try to act like something in front of somebody else, because people will catch up onto that. Like, yo, she wasn't like that when she was chilling with this person and shit like that. So just be yourself. A lot of people are scared to be who they are, or are afraid to wear what they want to wear because they think like, society is gonna make fun of them or whatever. Fuck that. Be you. Definitely thank you to Delilah and company. You guys are so dope. Y'all came from fucking Philly all the way to Jersey to see my ass. I really appreciate that shit. Y'all ain't have to do that for me. So I really appreciate that. Make sure you go follow them.